Hello everybody and welcome to this School of Light class today. So today we have Glenn facilitating. Hi Glenn.
Hi.
And today I'll be channeling Osiris. So I've only channeled him but once before, and it's a very interesting being. So what he's told me previously is that he's from Sirius A and he's here to help us pass on teachings from basically galactic knowledge and esoteric knowledge that he brought forth from his world, obviously through down to Egypt and down here today. All right, without further ado, I'll go into trance. So obviously Glenn will also have questions from other members as well. And after the session, we'll also have a debrief as well, okay? So I'll bring forth Osiris and we'll see you on the other side. Hello, my dear ones.
Hello.
I'm Osiris coming through. I am
Welcome.
pleased to come through in this way. I've been with you for all time. I've been assisting your consciousness, the human collective, expand to their full potential. Because we are galactic brothers and sisters, we are here to assist you to awaken to the true power that lies within your connection with the stars, your connection with all that is. Much that is occurring on your planet is advancing. You are transitioning from the old ways of the human consciousness and moving into new dimensions of human consciousness, newer dimensions that are tapped into the human DNA. For my dear ones, you are your galactic brothers and sisters, and as parts of the human evolution, you are now accessing these galactic codes within you, my dear ones. All around you, you have resided on Gaia on this time continuum. And this time on Gaia is highly advanced as you are transitioning into who you truly are. You are awakening aspects of who you truly are within. It is a change that will occur if you notice the signs. Your bodies are changing, your DNA is changing, the DNA of consciousness is changing. You are now reaching for higher ideas. You are now seeing beyond the illusion. You are now seeing beyond earth limitations, we would say. You are now looking up to the stars. It is because you are from the stars. Once upon a time, in your storylines, for all timelines are occurring at once. There are many timelines occurring. You are multidimensional beings. Those of you who are now reaching more of who they truly are as they raise their vibration and they reach higher dimensions of who they truly are able to tap into these inner knowings and rememberings of other lives, if it were to help in the life here and in your missions here, what you came here to explore. So yes, I am here to assist you and those who are now ready to activate those aspects within them to fulfill their missions here by tapping into all who they truly are and tapping into all that is, tapping into the knowledge of the universe and the stars, because you exist of this, my dear ones. Thank you for bringing me forth. This channel is at a vibration. She was ready to hear these words and ready to bring forth these higher dimensions of my existence in an individual context, although we are all one. What would you like to discuss with me, my dear one?
First, a question from a member of this group, the School of Light. Dear Osiris, what was the interaction of various nations on Sirius A like? Did you interact with consciousness of plasma within the core of Sirius A? And if so, what wisdom has been passed on from it?
So there were two questions in there, Mighty One. I will go
Yes.
back to the first question. You
Shall I
ask,
repeat it?
you ask about the peoples on Sirius A, the different groups
Various nations.
on Sirius A,
Yes.
Mighty One. There were a group of beings. I was in part of, we would say, a council that resided on Sirius A, where we traveled throughout the whole constellation. Groups came and would go. There would be travel much beyond your human conception. Of course, there were those inhabitants on Sirius A, the natives on Sirius A, but like your Earth and your Earth system, many migrate from all around the constellation and beyond the stars. We were in unison. We assisted our galactic brothers and sisters with technology, harnessing the energies of plasma, managing the different colonies to allow them to be empowered to who they truly are. Yes, there were many different races there. And this has occurred for many eons, like in many worlds, and on your planet, walking amongst you, but you do not see. Mighty One. And for your second question, please repeat that, mighty child.
Did you interact with consciousness? Well, you've answered that. If you did, what wisdom has been passed on from that communication?
The power of plasma is mighty. Plasma streams through onto Gaia. Plasma streams through all that is. It is pure life force energy. And with many galactic civilizations, we are able to tap and harness this power. You have already tapped into the power of plasma energy, into the energy of the sun. You are already doing so. Those of you harnessing and have the guidance and the inspiration to follow these inspirations, receive this information through the divine blueprint. They are remembering how they interacted and their missions here to use the sun. And there is much more advancement that will be coming forth onto your world in relation to plasma and sun energy. Energy that can power civilizations. Energy that can be used for healing. Energy that can be used to connect with all that is. Energy that can be used to travel throughout all of the universe. There are many different ways plasma can be utilized, because plasma flows throughout all of the universe and all that is. Sun energy and plasma flows throughout all of your existence. You may not even see the full picture of what this is. You see sun rays, but you do not see the ether, the plasma, that it appears invisible to your eyes, but it flows like water. It flows between all things. You see this as empty space, but it is not, my dear ones. These are the building blocks of the universe. It is the building blocks of the illusion. And these building blocks can be used and transformed to tap into higher truths of who you are, and to tap in to see reality beyond the illusion, and to use it for many methods. But my dear one, the human civilization is not at this point just yet, for it is beyond your human conception. However, these ideas and technologies using plasma will filter down into your consciousness when you are vibrationally ready. Start on the guidance. If you are drawn to these worlds, if you are drawn to plasma energy, then you know it is a calling for you. Experiment. Play with the energy of the sun. See beyond things. See the empty space, and practice seeing the ether that lies between and flows between all things. For my dear one, there is no empty space. All that flows within is plasma. It is fluid. And yes, the consistency is different between different worlds, but exists on all worlds. Of course, where I resided predominantly on this Sirius A, there was an abundance and heightened intensity of this plasma. It was a source of the plasma for our galaxy, and it had certain qualities that are varied from the plasma that you experience from your sun. But they all have components that are similar to all suns. And with all suns, there is codes, and it's tap into this plasma to allow it to manipulate it for all expansion, to travel beyond the stars, to see who you truly are. It is all there for you when you are ready as a human race. But to see the bigger picture is to tap in to your galactic DNA, for it is there in your divine blueprint. When you tap into this information, you will tap into your remembering. You will have ideas and inspirations flow to you because you're remembering your past work. You are remembering the lives you have lived in working with plasma. My dear one, you do not have to look back on other lives and your multidimensional lives for this. For everything you need to know is here in your lifetime in Gaia. It is all within you. It is always within you, this information. If you are so inspired to look in this direction, to follow this plasma, to follow the curiosities of what the plasma and ether can bring you, then you know it's in a divine blueprint and it resonates. And it is there for you to unlock when you are vibrationally ready. Practice seeing it. See between you. Practice. There are different activities you as a human can do to practice seeing the ether, to start seeing the plasma. See the empty space. See the energy flow. Some of you that are sensitive enough can see this energy. You may see it as many dots. You may see a swirling of energy. Practice seeing this. If not from your eyes, from here, you can see it. If you have this mission and this calling to explore this world of plasma, then you are able to see it. Do you have the belief you can see it? Do you have the belief you can tap into all this infinite knowledge? You do. You've always have. Practice. Practice. Practice touching it. Practice molding it. Practice going into the sun rays and seeing how the sun feels on your body. Experiment. You have the key to this. If you are drawn to this, you have the key. Whatever you feel called to do, no matter how strange it does, practice it. Whether it's manipulating with your hands, with your thoughts, with other tools. Experiment. This is the first step for you to reach higher ideas around plasma and ether. It is all within you. It is about unlocking it. Thank you.
Next from her. How has Sirius A been evolving in its expansion?
My dear one, the sound has gone down. Can you please repeat that?
How has Sirius A been evolving in its expansion?
It all expands. All that is expands. You are expanding. My dear one, nothing cannot expand. All the world and all that is expands. This is our universal law. My dear one, the natures of which does not concern you. What concerns you is your evolution and the expansion of you and the expansion of Gaia, because you reside on Gaia for a reason. Yes, even though you resided on Sirius A, and even though you may be living a life there right now, your focus is on this earth. We understand that with many humans, we like to look up into the stars. But my dear one, all the information is within you. It is here. Here is your focus. You chose to come on this earth. Yes, Sirius A is evolving, and you are curious about this because you know you have a link to this place. For me to tell you how it's evolving, you will not conceptualize this in your human understanding. Just know it is all evolving for the highest good, as is Gaia, as is you, as all that is expanding. The works on which are used on Sirius A, the core of plasma work, core teachings, they are being spread out as we expand, as Sirius A expands and all that is expands. We are evolving our practices and we are spreading these teachings to all who are ready for it, including your earth. We are sharing this knowledge throughout all of the galaxies and all that is. For with this technology, we are able to travel to beyond your human conception. We travel to many galaxies, to many dimensions, only for those who are ready to tap into the galactic DNA, to tap in to receiving information. For you to comprehend this information, it is to understand the first step and not 1,000 steps ahead. So start with step 1. Experiment with the plasma, with the sun rays, and then you will get your next step. Thank you.
How is Earth expansion linked to yours?
Mighty One, know that all expands. So is Gaia. All the planets and all the worlds and all that is expanding. And you are a microcosm of all that is. And as such, you are also expanding. The link is that you are now ready, vibrationally, individually, with some of you, and collectively, you have reached that point in your frequency as a human consciousness, as a human collective, where you are now able to access this information. And as such, we are coming down to assist you with our technologies when you're ready. The assistance to tap into the universal powers that resides in the stars. This is the link. Because of Gaia's expansion, because of all of you expanding, creating also the expansion in Gaia and all that is. You have reached a level where you are now residing more in love than fear as a human collective, and as such, you were able to now access this information because you were opening yourself up to the unknown. Through the love frequency, you are accessing who you truly are inside. For love is the key to open up who you truly are. The consciousness of fear that resided in the human consciousness for many eons, you were not ready to access this information. But now you have found the key of love, and you are more accepting, and you are now seeing more higher truths. For you are now ready. Yes, in your human stories, and without the expansion, I have visited. And I assisted in the collective consciousness. It was the dawn of a golden age, just as you have now entered. And at that point, you're ready for the teachings that I brought forth. Of course, the teachings are different to they are now, because you have now evolved beyond that time. For all teachings match the vibration of the consciousness. At the time, all expands, even my being expands. We are multidimensional beings, multidimensional worlds and galaxies, all that is. Can't you see? It's limitless. What is truth is only in the present moment. What is for your highest good is only in the present moment. All is accessed from here. All the information that you seek is from within. So just know you are at the point where Earth is now bringing forth the teachings of Sirius once again, because you are now ready in your consciousness to bring forth this higher information. You have risen, we would say. You're aligning to more of who you are as a human race. Now you can listen to our teachings, absorb these words, absorb the learnings from the stars. And this occurs whenever there is a time of great awakening on the earth. Us masters, in your terminology, come forth to assist you in the ways to assist that level of consciousness, help with the transition. But this time, this period of time has never been lived before on earth. For it is not just your consciousness that is expanding. You are now aligning to your galactic DNA. The very DNA that lay dormant is now being activated. It is all part of divine timing. It is all part of universal cycles. And the time is here. You're ready for it. The earth is ready for it. And soon the earth will know about the galactic brothers and sisters. Yes, the earth has had a historic link to Sirius and other planets. Many of us came from there and surrounding planets and galaxies to assist you in the great golden ages of your time. And we are honored to be here again, assisting you through the journey to awaken to your divine galactic nature. Thank you.
When should we call upon your presence and assistance?
When you feel called to call on me, if you have a calling to work with technologies, to work with the knowledge of the stars to assist you in your current lifetime continuum, then you call on me. I know you asking this question has a link, and if you are ready, you may call on me anytime and I can assist you. I can be your guide to assist you in tapping into the information that you already have reside in you. I can help pass on these inspirations and this guidance, and I can assist you with these steps. But you have to be in a place of knowing that you are worthy of this information, that you are ready of this information. Are you ready to embrace your sovereignty? Are you ready to embrace your power? Are you ready to step out of the status quo and step out of societal norms that is placed on your world? For you to tap into the power of who you truly are is to step outside of the confines of what you deem as acceptable in society. And we know that many of you have challenges in this, but it is just one step. If you are ready and you understand that it's all within you, and you are ready to unlock more of who you truly are, for you to remember that you are the stars and all that is, then I am there and I'm always there because I am you. As we are one, you can do no wrong. If you resonate with these words and my presence, then my dears, I'm always here for you.
Dear Osiris, why have you chosen this mythological identity of Osiris to come through Kimberly for the School of Light? Thank you.
My dear one, I did walk the earths of Egypt. I was here walking, of course, not in pure form, but I was there in a presentation that was more acceptable to the peoples of that time. I have chosen to come through like many of us have, for it is the dawn of the golden age. You are transitioning into what you call the golden age and the new earth. And as such, it is these times that occurs in your collective, with our missions aligned to your missions, that we come forth to assist you and bring forth this information for your highest good and for everyone else's highest good, if you're so experienced. Kimberly in this channel is aligned to our energies and is aligned to this information as a bringer forth of this esoteric knowledge, as she has done many times over according to her life missions here. She is following her guidance. She is ready to receive these truths, as she has always been ready. But it is divine time, and now it is the time to bring forth this information to you and whoever is watching this. For you are ready for more expansion. You are ready to bring forth more of this information to assist your brothers and sisters if you are so inspired. But to help your brothers and sisters, first and foremost, is to assist yourself. Hearing these words will trigger a process within you of remembering. Know all the infinite intelligence that you seek is always within you. And we are here as gentle whispers to you. In this way, we are more overtly communicating with you for you to hear these words. We are always there. We are always the whisper to you. If you listen, if you're in the present moment, we are always there. It is the time of greatest expansion. It is the time of great awakening. This is why you see many of us coming forth in this manner. Of course, many of us have, in your terminology, reincarnated onto your planet to help in other ways, like you have all been. all of you that you term light workers are all from other planets. For you have the knowledge, you have, we would say, the information, the wisdom in your divine blueprint, where you can access all these lives and these learnings to assist in the expansion, to assist others remember their light. For there are many ways this can be done. And each person is unique in their missions. Of course, some of them might share similar ones, but they're always unique. You have collective missions and individual missions here. You wanted to experience life in a unique way. You have missions, yes, for expansion. You as a light worker, you have callings, but you also have individual missions to expand your consciousness, to work through the illusion of reality. Know that you are all masters, for you will not be here otherwise. Remember that you are worthy of this. You may not feel grand. At times you feel small. But we're here to validate that information to you. You have the ability. If you believe, if you open your heart for inspiration, and if you open your heart and the courage to walk through into the unknown, we will be there.
Please explore with us the purposes of and the differences between the questioning, questing, desiring state versus a state lacking in curiosity on our part. Thank you.
These are processes of the human conditioning. You question, but you all have the inner knowing. The different states that you reflect upon your existence are unique to you. There is no wrong here. There is no better method, we would say. We say, reflect how you see fit, how you feel inspired to reflect. Mighty ones, it is about the inward journey. And if this means questioning, if this means analyzing your reality, then do so. You are absorbing the illusion of reality, and now you are seeing glimpses of what is beyond the illusion. So yes, be curious. To be human is to be curious. And it is with curiosity that you expand. For when you are curious, you let go of judgment. So we say curious. To be in a state of curiosity is to be in a state of magic. You see the magic that is in all things. You do not know the full picture of things. Replace judgment with curiosity. Curiosity in understanding the workings of things, the workings of yourself with consciousness, with all that is. Be curious. And in the curiosity, you will see the truth. For being in a state of curiosity, you're in a state of openness to receive more guidance. To be curious, you are not seeing something in a dualistic notion. You are not making opinions. You are opening up to receive the answers from all that is. Curiosity is a wonderful state to be in. Be curious about all that is. Through curiosity, it also ignites passion. Curiosity can be the driver for you to explore what you came here to explore. In a state of non-judgmental curiosity, you are opening yourself and tapping into the magic of who you truly are and all that is. What a wonderful question, my dear one.
Thank you. Thank you for your wonderful answer. How can I know, how can I be aware when I am speaking from my ego logic versus how can I know when I am speaking from my heart? Thank you.
It is letting go of everything that you know intellectually. And this is hard. You've lived a whole lifetime building up your identity of who you are as a man, who you are as a human, all the information you've acquired, you have placed in here into your intellectual capacity. And that links to the ego. This links to your identity and how you see the world and how you view all that is. But you are shifting, and this information and eons past assisted you in the human journey, we would say. But you have passed that stage now. You are transitioning into the stage where the ego is no longer needed to survive. You've passed this consciousness, and it is about living in the heart. It is about letting go, detaching yourself from everything that you know intellectually. For all you know intellectually is changed. It has shifted. Everything you knew in the past has changed, for the past does not exist. It is now in the present. Everything has shifted. Everything is expanded. The information you knew from the past has changed. It is about being in a state of all-knowing. All-knowing from the heart center is to be in the present moment. And we know this is difficult. It has been conditioned into your consciousness and the consciousness of the human collective to live your life in the ego. It is conditioned that you survive by living in the ego. You control your life by living in the ego. You even manifest your life by living in the ego. These are all limitations. It is about allowing yourself to be vulnerable for your life to change instantly. Of course, you have a choice to stay in the ego and to follow your habits and to live on all the information you know, because this information that you collected over a lifetime allows you to feel more secure in your abilities, more secure in who you are as a human. But my dear one, it is about clearing the slate. And this can be difficult. Letting go of everything that you've ever known from here. Being in the present moment, you will know. And yes, you will find past memories disappear because they're no longer needed. You do not now have to draw knowledge from the past. Many of you that are expanding greatly have issues remembering the past. That is because you are shifting into the all-knowing. And if that information is not needed, then it leaves you. It is no longer needed. This is the way of the golden age. This is the way of the new earth that's coming forth onto your plane. The very DNA is shifted. The operating systems of the human is shifting. No longer will they live in the ego. The identity and the individual identity that's based in the ego will shift into a state of collective oneness. And all the information that you will receive, it will be from the knowing, which is within the heart center. Within the heart center is the portal to who you truly are and all that is. And because it's been a lifetime of conditioning, we are not saying that it will be easy, and we're not saying it will be instant. It is just one step. If you are aware of thoughts coming forth into your reality and you see judgment and you see duality, then you know this is part of the old operating system. And we know that this is a transition. And many of you have not shifted into that state of conscious awareness that you are one. But we are saying to practice letting go. For your consciousness will expand into the oneness state in your conscious awareness. But it can only be done by living in the heart center. It's about knowing that you are completely safe and secure without the identities that you've attached to yourself, without the belongings you've attached to yourself, without the people that you've attached to yourself. Detachment is key to who you think you are, to where you think you are going from here. It has got you to this place, so it is not wrong. And now things have shifted. Breathe into the heart. If it assists you, focus on the actual area of your heart. Practice breathing and focusing on the heart center. Visualize the heart center. If any thoughts of dualistic notions, any, we would say, thoughts of based on lower vibrations come into your awareness, send it love from the heart center. Shine light on it and be in a state of acceptance, knowing that these are residues from the old operating system and it's no longer needed. It is part of you, but it is shifting. Love every part of you, especially all your thoughts. And as you go through this transition, when there will be judgments, when there will be fear, love it. Love all aspects of yourself. Be gentle on yourself while going through this transition. Love each thought. Shine light on it and bring it forth into your heart center. And what would God say? How would God perceive this thought? For you are God. See the judgment that resides in the thought. See the fear that resides in the thought. And just know that it's no longer needed, that you are safe and secure. If you live from the heart center, it is your communication center. For communications you'll receive is from the heart center in the present moment. If you want to hear the higher guidance, it is from this place, from the acceptance, the unconditional acceptance and love for all, for yourself most importantly. This is the new way of the human collective. Thank you for sharing something that majority of you still experience. And this is why you are here.
Can you repeat that sentence, the last sentence? I missed the sound.
And
thank you for sharing.
This is why you are here.
Before that, thank you for sharing. The
majority of the human collective experience what you are experiencing, living from the ego. So you are not alone. And this is why you are here. You are here to hear these words, to let go of the old operating systems, to awaken why you are truly here.
Next question is, in duality, earth duality, or wherever else there's duality, that the contrast between male and female here on earth is a fact of life. And yet in a cosmic sense, even though I know that we've been told, I think, that in the highest Godhead there is one. As Jesus said, no male and female in heaven. So, however, can you please discuss, I think, the universal polarities, that there's a radiating force and energy, which I guess we could call the electric force. That's probably very limited, but for want of more words. And then we have a receiving, desiring force that is on a universe structural level, not specifically male and female. So I know this sounds confused. Probably I am confused about it, but can you explore this area of the magnetic versus electric on a cosmic level, because there has to be radiating and there has to be receiving. And I'm sure you have thoughts about this to help illuminate all these areas. Please. Thank you.
They are universal laws, my dear one. And you still operate on many of the existing universal laws. Law of attraction is one of the main forces in your universe. And this is how we communicate with you. So once you heighten your vibration, you are now able to attract and hear our words. This guidance, it's a resonance. Your vibration is resonance, and your vibration resonates with all that is. Everything is a vibrational match. And this plays a part in the law of attraction. Yes, there are many laws that interplay on your world. The law of polarity that you talk of is changing. As the human collective consciousness moves into a collective state of oneness, then the law of polarity shifts. And this law changes to the microcosm of both sides. As above, so below. You are moving into the knowledge of the microcosm of all that is. Yes, duality exists in your human collective consciousness, but you are shifting out of this. Yes, your universe and Gaia has streams of consciousness, different energy pulses that flow throughout all that is. And you are tapping into these flows. Those of you who channel are tapping into these streams of consciousness. Plasma flows throughout all that is. All these communication streams exist beyond the vision of the human eye. Although those that are sensitive enough are starting to see beyond what the physical eyes cannot see. There is shifting. As all that is expands, so is the energy currents coming onto the earth and to Gaia. Gaia exists with a network of energy streams, such as the energy streams that course through your veins, that flow through your entire being, as the microcosm, the micro and the macro. Gaia also has these streams, and as the micro and the macro, so does the universe and all of the galaxies. It is a fabric of interweaving energy streams and energy pulses, and it is the energy pulses where you can receive communication. Tapping into energy pulses is the heartbeat of all that is. There are many complex notions here, and much is beyond your human conception. But know the very fabric is changing, and the streams of consciousness, we would say, that give life to Gaia and to all that lives on Gaia, that is expanding all that is shifting as higher energies and higher frequencies are pumping through the streams of consciousness on this world. As all that is expands, it creates a ripple effect, and it creates a ripple of energy that creates a shift in consciousness and a shift in evolution of the peoples or the beings who resides on these worlds and planets. So with the expansion of all that is, you receive the ripple effect, and it filters through into your time continuum here on Gaia. And it unlocks more of your galactic DNA. It unlocks more of who you truly are. And the frequency becomes faster. The frequency allows you to align more to who you truly are. The frequencies allows the illusion to dissipate. The illusion is here, is part of an important part of the human expansion. But as the human population expands, the illusion will dissipate more and more until you come into a state of oneness. The very illusion is created by streams of consciousness. And as you expand, you no longer need the illusion. It is a journey. It is also a game. If you like to see it as that. For it is through the vibration of joy we can be light of heart. We can see beyond the illusion when you can let go of the entrapments of the illusion. Beyond the illusion is love. For love is your natural state. And the streams of consciousness that flows throughout your world and through all that is can be tapped into. For you are part of this fabric of consciousness. You are part of this energy stream. All pathways lead to here, to your heart center, to your God self. It is always evolving, always changing, for all is always expanding. As above, so below. Everything is reflected in this. You attract all into your life according to your vibration. Universal laws are always shifting. And duality will be no more in due time when the human collective is ready for it. You are moving into this now. The human consciousness is not ready to pull the full veil down in your terminology. For if this was to occur, there'll be much fear. This is why it has to be one step at a time. As the individuals of you that is part of the one embraces this information, the light workers of the world bring forth this information to shine light, to ignite and activate their brothers and sisters. Then they are one more step ahead, and then another step, and then gradually, not just the individuals that you perceive as individual, but the collective consciousness, the human race will move into that space, into the dimension of oneness in their conscious awareness. As a collective journey and in an individual journey, this is why it is only one step at a time. You need to be a vibrational match to be for your highest good, to be patient with yourself, be patient with your brothers and sisters as they are all playing roles in this universal game of expansion.
Thank you very much. That's the last question.
My dear ones, thank you for asking such inspired questions. Know that you are not alone. Know that you are the stars. But just know all the information from the stars is within. You are more than you can conceive. You see yourself as having limitations. This is the human experience, but you are more than human. And when you're vibrationally ready, you will activate more of these beings within you. You will activate who you truly are and all the essences that you are. You will tap into the information that's collected from your multidimensional lives for the purpose of your life here on Gaia and this time continuum. It is all vibrationary. All is occurring according to your vibration. There is no skipping this. There is no cheating this. You can reach for all the information that you like, but if you're not vibrationally ready, you will not receive the full picture. So be patient on yourself. Know to be vibrationally ready is to first and foremostly focus on yourself and your life here on Gaia before you can tap into the information of all that is. For you to be ready is to accept all that is, to accept you for who you are. To know that you're worthy and that you are powerful. For you are God and you are playing the expansion game with all that is. For your expansion creates a ripple effect throughout all your brothers and sisters and beyond, and all that is. Follow the guidance from the heart center. Drop the fears and the judgments. Acceptance. Accept all that is. Accept yourself and others. Accept the conditions. It is when you resist the conditions that you create more resistance in your life. Let go of resistance, for all is perfect, for you do not see the full picture. You do not see the missions that people come here to explore. They are all catalysts and they are all your teachers. That everyone is here for your expansion and to allow you to unlock what you came here to explore. Your journey is perfect and it is unfolding in divine time. It is all within you. And if you are so inspired, you call on me and all of the beings of the light to assist you, to give you that guidance if you seek. For we are you, for you are all that is. Thank you, my dear ones.
Thank you.
Love from the stars, from all that is. Farewell.
Farewell.
Hello. It's Kimberly. How did you find the session?
Wonderful. Uh,
Was there anything that stood out to you?
it's becoming more and more clear that we're not so far from change or the stars or love. It's getting closer.
Well, I guess it's always been there, hasn't it? It's just we have forgotten that. We've created separation. So
Of course, yeah.
it's always been there. It's just that we're now returning home.
Yes. How was it for you, Kimberly?
No,
You're still a little bit there, I think.
Hmm?
You seem to still be connected a bit.
Oh, well, usually straight after a session, that energy is still residual.
Yeah.
Because it obviously affects my energy and my energy field and everything. So the energy that, you know, soon after, the energy is still in effect in my being, I guess. But no, it's very interesting how he appears to me. Well, it's not really he, she. I guess you can't really put a gender on it, but I don't know, maybe the form from Sirius A that I'm seeing, I'm not sure, but it's a similar form that people can conceive from Egypt. Like the skin is like a whitish skin, but like not a human presence. So in an elongated head, sort of like a Turian, but the color is kind of whitish. And then elongated thin eyes. And then, but there is this like a emerald green light that resonates here, and it kind of shines.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's probably more that than anything else.
This beautiful emerald green light. So I'm wondering if the depictions of Egypt, because I know in Egypt he's depicted of having green skin. So I wonder if it's this green light that is in his, that's kind of situated here within his being, kind of like
Probably,
shine.
yeah.
Interesting.
Uh,
Very interesting.
it's so fascinating how the answers to the questions are, they go off from the question into possibilities of expansion always. I think for me the most noticeable thing about this session was first a feeling of family connection with them, a feeling of real kinship, closeness. I imagine you have that. You must. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful. And that the overall impression was, of course, given for our growth, you and me and anybody who watches, that so much that we have thought was important really isn't any longer. So it is truly a transition into a new being, a new state of energy. And something I've thought of lots of times as a question, I haven't had a chance to ask it so far, is when you or me or Olia or Lauren or, you know, the people or Isabel, we think and meditate deeply on the concepts that are coming through, that since we are all one, it has to be having an effect on changing everything that's here. It's inevitable. If it's true that we're one, which I am sure it is, then, some years ago, I began in my prayers or meditations to ask that what I'm working on should help everybody on the planet somehow. And that was that same idea, So those who can't do it for themselves, it's really not themselves any longer. It's all one. It's us. What we're thinking is doing all the work. We're shoveling the sand or the coal or whatever it is. And maybe that's arrogant. Maybe it's proud. It feels to me loving. I don't think it's arrogant or proud.
Well, it depends what vibration you're in. So if you're doing it in a state of like, oh, I have this ability, so I have to do this.
No, not that.
Yeah, no, you're not. But I'm saying some people might have this thing. But if you're in a state of course, the most important work we can do is for ourselves, because if we can fully love ourselves and work on ourselves, then we can help others without resistance. But it's not about saying, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. It's more like a calling. So if you feel like you have this calling to assist, then it's like inspiration and guidance. So act on it. But by doing so, by doing this calling, which is people who reside to these teachings are light workers in their many different forms. We have to also not ignore our individual work as well, so for us to better assist and to tap into more information regarding our mission, we need to raise our vibration to receive the information. To raise our vibration is to work on our feet, to work on ourselves. So it's
that's like becoming more and more clear.
So we can't like skip ourselves. We can't like skip that and okay, I have this calling, I'll just be there. You need to do all the work on yourself for you to be in that place where you can assist others, because that's how you receive the information. That's how you receive each step. That's how you receive all the information for your mission. It'll be accessed, and the abilities that will be unlocked within you, but it's via your own vibration, by doing your own work. So it's a balance between the two as well.
Yes. It was wonderful. It really was wonderful. There's much to think about afterwards. It's very penetrating. It's very good.
Oh, good. So I'm looking forward to watching back.
I thank you so much, and just embrace you in the spirit.
Oh, thank you.
Dear one. And the feelings are so good. And even beyond feelings. And when I say you, that's all associated with the beings of the light too. It's not such a simple thing, It's not a duality earth thing as much as it sounds like in the language. That's important to know that. And anyway, it's been wonderful. Love and light, but I need to go now.
Well, thank you for facilitating. And thank you all for watching. Okay, so until...
How many people do you think are watching? Just Olia now, right?
At the moment, yes. But all the people in the future who joins will be able to watch this too.
And all the people who watch it somehow in the spirit, well, it's being done. There has to be some, certainly, probably be a waste of time for the beings of the light to watch, but
never.
For them... But I think there must be some connections other than just what we're doing.
There's always ripple effects. So the information that we receive here, you'll take in, and then you'll probably use this information to do your projects. Same with Olia and everybody else that listens to this. So it's not just the information is going to be just with us. You know what I mean? So.
No. But I mean in present time, somehow vibrationally, energetically. Or as Olia brings up the very interesting subject of plasma. That's one I hadn't really thought of before.
Well, they're multidimensional, don't forget. So it's not like they're wasting time because Osiris was here, but he was infinitely everywhere else. You know what I mean? So it's not just like me as Kimberly here, whereas he could be here and all the different aspects of him are elsewhere. So they can be here and talking to someone else at the same time. So
within quantum mechanics, it's infinitely distributed, infinitely holographic. I'm sure of that. I know I know that it is.
Yeah. And this is why some people are like, they want, maybe they don't want to, they don't feel they're worthy to, they think, I don't want to take up the, God's time, I don't want to pray to God or whoever it might be, because why would they listen to me? But like, God is everywhere, source is everywhere, they're all everywhere, so.
Still have to make an effort, I think.
Well, thank you, Glenn. I know you have to go. So again, thank you all for watching. And until next time, I'll see you later.